Hello everyone, welcome to this webinar. I am Sanjana. I'm a delivery manager at Epixel MLM Software. I'm so glad to have you all here today. Thank you for taking your time to join this webinar. So our topic for today's webinar is simplifying complex direct selling workflows through effective process mapping. We will explore how businesses can make their operations smoother and more efficient through visualized, well-structured processes. If you have ever faced challenges like unclear rules, repetitive steps, or delays in execution, today's session will help you understand how process mapping can solve all these problems. Before we dive deeper into the topic, let me take a moment to introduce Epixel MLM software. We are a technology company providing end-to-end software solution for direct selling and network marketing businesses. We have partnered with 450 plus network marketing companies across 90 plus countries, and we have provided 100 plus configurable features for MLM operations, e-commerce integration, analytics, and automation. So now let's move on to the topic. The goal of today's webinar is to help you clearly understand what process mapping is, why it is important, how to find gaps or inefficiencies in your workflow, and what tools and techniques you can use to map your processes. And finally, how all of these contribute to better business performance and user satisfaction. So by the end of this session, you will have a clear idea of how to start mapping your process and making them smoother and more efficient. First, let's look into why process mapping is important in organizations today. So, as organizations grow, their process naturally become more complicated. New tools get added, new team members will join, and new requirements comes up. So over time, a simple workflow can turn into a confusing mix of steps and responsibilities. Process mapping actually brings clarity to this complexity. It provides a visual representation of how the work happens and who is responsible for each step and how information moves from one to another and where delays or problems happening. With this clarity, teams can make better decisions, work together more easily, and take responsibility of their tasks more confidently. So now you know why process mapping is important. So what is actually process mapping? Think of process mapping as creating a visual story of your work. It shows every step, every input and output, and every decision along the way. So it doesn't just tell you what happens, it also shows you how and why it happens. When a process is mapped clearly, everyone, from managers to team members, understand the workflow in the same way. This shared understanding makes it much easier to spot unnecessary steps, confusion around responsibilities, or areas where automation or improvements can make the process faster and smoother. In short, process mapping turns invisible work into something everyone can see, understand, and improve together. So, now let's see what are the common challenges in a workflow. In every organization, the same workflow problems can keep coming up. There might be repeated steps, confusion between the teams, or delays because it's not clear who is supposed to do what. So sometimes even data get duplicated or even lost between the systems. So these issues slow down the work and also affect the user experiences. Customers may face delays, team members get frustrated, and managers, they don't get a clear idea of what's going on. So process mapping actually brings clarity to all these problems. It reveals the hidden problems so they can be fixed. So now let's see what are the benefits of process mapping. Process mapping actually benefits both the user and the business. When a process is done correctly, it brings many real benefits. It makes everything more transparent. That is the key thing. When when it becomes transparent, everyone clearly knows their roles and responsibilities. It also helps you identify tasks that can be automated, which saves a lot of time and reduces effort. Team can collaborate better and process become more consistent across various departments. So in the end, both user and the business benefits. When your internal process runs smoothly, your customers also get a better, faster, and more reliable experience. So now we have seen what is process mapping, why it is important, and what are the common challenges in a workflow. And also we have covered the benefits of process mapping. Now we can look into the tools and techniques you can use to map your processes. So there are a lot of techniques available, but you have to understand one thing. Process mapping is not a one size fit all activity. Every process has a different goal. Some process need clarity and some need clear ownership or accountability, and some are focused on automation or performance improvement. So because these goals are different, there are a lot of process mapping techniques exist. And don't use a single method for all processes. Each process mapping techniques are designed to serve specific purpose. So let's go through some of the commonly used techniques, and I will tell you when to use them and their strength and limitations. So let's start with flowcharts. Flowcharts are the best best technique when a process is simple and straightforward. They work well when only one team is involved and you just want to understand how the process moves from start to finish. For example, a simple approval system. That's what we can map with flowcharts. Like a request is raised, it is reviewed, and then it is approved or rejected. This kind of flow is very easy to show using a flowchart. Flowcharts are easy to create, easy to understand, and very useful for training and simple documentation. But it have its own limitations too. It cannot clearly show who is responsible for each step. And once multiple teams get involved, the flowchart can become confusing. That's where the next technique, that is swimline diagrams, come in. Swimline diagrams are like flowchart. We can say it is an extension of flowchart, but they clearly show who does what. The process is divided into lanes, and each line represents a team or a role. So they are very useful when multiple teams are involved and when delays happens because of hands-off or unclear ownership. Swimline diagrams can improve accountability and collaboration, but they may take more time to create and can look complex when the process is large. So the next technique is SIPOC. SIPOC stands for Supplier, Inputs, Process, Output, and Customer. It doesn't show a detailed step, but instead it gives a high-level view of the entire process. SIPOC is best used at the beginning of a project when you want everyone agree on a scope and boundaries. For example, in a commission payout process, the supplier is the sales system and input is the sales data and process is commission calculation and output is the payout report and the customer is the distributor. So SIPOC is quick and easy to create, but it doesn't help with execution or automation because it stays in a high level. So now let's look into the next method, which is value stream mapping. Value stream mapping focuses on time and efficiency. It helps us understand how long each step takes and where delays happen. So this method is useful when process feels slow or when the goal is to reduce delays or cost. For example, in an order process, actually the work might take only 2 hours, but the total cycle time could be 5 days. Value stream mapping helps identify where time is being wasted. It is very powerful, but needs accurate data and takes more effort to create and analyze. And let's look into the final method, that is BPMN. BPMN stands for Business Process Model and Notation, and it is used for complex and automated processes. It uses standard symbols to show decisions, exceptions, system triggers, and integrations. So BPMN is the best when business team and developer need a common detailed understanding. So we now looked into different process mapping method. The key is not to use same method everywhere, but to choose the right method for the right problem. Now, let's look into the tools. Same as technologies, there are different tools available, and different tools support different needs. Depending on the complexity of the process and purpose of mapping, you have to select the right tool. Tools like Lucidchart and Draw.io are ideal for creating simple and quick diagrams. They are easy to use and work well for basic flowcharts and initial process discussions. Next one is Miro. Miro is best suited for collaborative workshops and brainstorming sessions. It allows multiple participants to contribute ideas in real time, making it especially useful during discovery and process alignment sections. And the next commonly used tool is Microsoft Visio, which is a commonly used for enterprise level documentation. It offers more control and structure, making it suitable for formal process documentation and large organizational workflows. And for advanced needs, we can use BPM platforms, which supports process automation and execution. These tools go beyond visualization and help implement, monitor, and optimize processes within the system. So, at Epixel, actually we are not rely on a single process mapping method. We choose the approach based on the client's business model, process complexity, number of teams involved, and automation and scalability goals. So this flexible approach helps us deliver clarity today and scalability for the future. Now, let's look into a real-time example from the MLM world. So in an MLM company, a commission management looks simple on the surface. A sale happens, commissions are calculated, and payouts are made. But behind the scene, The commission passes through many hands. Sales need to be tracked, data needs to be checked, compensation rules must be updated, and finance process the payout. So now imagine, if these processes are not clearly defined, one team waits for approval, another team rechecks the same data, and payout get delayed. Distributors start asking questions and trust slowly begins to drop. So this is where process mapping changes the story. When the company mapped the commission process, the entire flow become visible. They can clearly see where approvals are getting stuck, and where the same data is being handled multiple times, and which steps can be automated instead of done manually. So once the process is mapped and optimized, everything starts to flow smoothly. Payout happen faster, the process become transparent, and distributors feel more confident because they know exactly how and when their commissions are handled. So that is the real impact of process mapping in MLM commission workflows. It improves clarity, speed, and trust. So now let's see what are the best practices for effective mapping. To get the best results, start by knowing exactly what you want to achieve with the process map. Include all stakeholders from all teams because they understand the real issues and workflows. Keep your map clear and easy to follow. Simple is always better than overly detailed. And remember, process mapping is not something you can do once and then forget. As your business grows and changes, your process will change too. And your map should always be updated to match. So with proper updation, you can you can see magics in your process. So now I will tell you how Epixel applies process mapping. So at Epixel, process mapping is a key part of our every client project. When we design an MLM solution, we first take time to understand the client's current workflows, from onboarding to commission payouts. So then we create a detailed process map to identify bottlenecks, remove unnecessary steps, and add automation where it can make biggest change. So this helps us build solutions that are not only technically strong, but also fully aligned with the client's business goal. So we are come to an end. Let me summarize the topics we have discussed so far. So process mapping helps convert complexity into clarity. It gives transparency. It improves transparency. And it allows all teams to visualize, analyze, and continuously improve their operations. And it forms the foundation for automation, scalability, and better decision making. Once everything becomes clear and transparent, the process will flow very smoothly. And in short, if you can map it, you can definitely improve it. Thank you for being such an engaging audience. I would like to hear from you what challenges you have faced in managing complex workflows, and are there any specific areas where visualization could help your team work more efficiently? So drop your questions in the chat box. I will answer as much as I can. So we have the first question here. Let me read it. We already have processes in place. So why do we still need process mapping? Okay, that's a good question. So most of MLM companies do have processes already, but they may be in their heads or it may be across multiple documents. So process mapping makes this process visible and consistent. So it helps identify gaps, delays, or dependencies that are not obvious in a day-to-day activity. So mapping is not about creating a new process. It's about understanding and improving the existing one. So even if you already have a process in your company, you can map it and you can improve it. Hope that clear. Let's go to the next question. Okay. Which process should we start mapping first in an MLM business? Yeah, that's a good question actually. So yeah, when we have multiple processes, we may have confusion which one we need to start first. But I recommend it is better to start with a high impact process. So the one which affects many people or which causes many issues. So we can see a big difference there. Once we handle a high impact process properly, then we will get a confidence to start mapping other processes as well. So I recommend start with a high impact process. So the next question here is, okay, do we need a technical knowledge to do process mapping? Actually, no. Technical knowledge is not mandatory to start process mapping. Simple methods like flowcharts or swimline diagrams or SIPO doesn't need any technical knowledge. You can start with that. And when coming to techniques like BPMN, there might be some technical knowledge needed, but it is not necessary. You can start with simple methods which does not require any technical knowledge. So let me take one more question. Yeah, how does process mapping actually help reduce delays and errors? Okay, so process mapping exposes where delays or problems occurs. Okay, so it reveals unclear ownership, unnecessary steps, or delays in execution, and it also shows repeated steps or manual effort. It reveals all. So once all these hidden problems are visible, teams can simply steps and assign responsibilities, and they will be more clear about their responsibilities and activities. So that's how process mapping helps to reduce delays and errors. I will answer one more question. The last question here is, how long does it take to create a process map? It actually depends, because it depends on the process. If the process is simple, then it can be mapped in few hours. But if the process is large, it may take few days. But remember one thing, if you spend time on process mapping, you will save a lot of time later. So don't worry about the time taking for doing process mapping. Yeah, if you have any further questions, you can reach out to me. I will answer as much as I can. So thank you once again for joining today's session. I hope you found it insightful and that's give you a practical idea to apply within your organization. At Epixel, we believe empowering business through clarity, automation, and innovation. And process mapping is a key part of that journey. So stay tuned for our upcoming webinars. We will explore more digital transformation strategies for direct selling and MLM businesses. Until then, take care and keep simplifying your workflows. Thank you. Bye bye.